teacher and you're looking for a remote job, you're leaving the classroom and you don't really know where to start, I'm coming at you with your top 7 remote teaching jobs. This is coming from someone who did all this research myself and went through this entire process already. I was a classroom teacher for 7 years and I left the classroom and I now have a remote teaching job. And let me tell you, it is everything that you think it's gonna be and even better. It's because of this remote job that I have the freedom and flexibility to start a YouTube channel and buy a school bus and build it out and create it into a home that I'm gonna live in and travel full time while still working remote. It's mind-blowing to me that I'm actually living this life now, and I wanna help others achieve this level of freedom and happiness that I have now achieved, and it's so awesome. So here we go. Top 7 remote teaching jobs for you. Remote job number 1, homeschool curriculum designer. Now here's the thing about homeschooling. The first 2 jobs I'm gonna tell you have to do with homeschooling. Homeschooling is on the rise, and if you don't get ahead of it, you're gonna get behind it. I don't know what that means, but it sounded kind of cool. A homeschool curriculum designer or developer or creator, whatever you want to call it, what they're really doing is creating curriculum and lesson plans for students that are homeschooled. A lot of these parents don't even know where to start, and they're not educators, most of them. So you're coming in as the expert and you're selling them these pre-designed courses or curriculum or videos or interactive tools, whatever it may be. You're selling it so that they have a plan, because a lot of them have no idea where to start, and you're there as the expert to provide it for them. There is a lot out there for this, and there's an opportunity that you should take. Stick around till the end of this video to hear a bonus tip that's gonna help you land a remote job, and it might just be a secret formula.
I want you to have this. It's my secret formula.
All right, this one is really awesome. Also homeschooling, it's my last homeschooling one I've got for you guys today. It is a homeschool mentor slash coach slash consultant. I'm saying all those different words because people use different words to describe themselves when they're in this role, and it's not a one-size-fits-all. This is a really cool one. Basically, parents don't know where to start. So the last one was you're actually creating the content and the curriculum. This one, there might be some content that you're sharing with them and some resources, but this is more someone that's gonna jump on Zoom and you are going to help them first understand their state's requirements for homeschooling. You're going to give them the different options and styles for homeschooling, and you're gonna point them in the right direction, and you're gonna help them develop a plan, and you're gonna hold their hand until they're ready to not have their hand held anymore. These could be ongoing calls, it could be a one-time call. You get to decide your rate. Obviously, you're gonna work remote to do this, and it's really awesome. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video, if you could go ahead and hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. It helps other teachers who are in your same position looking for a remote job find this video. Thank you so much. Let's jump into remote job number 3, my personal favorite, but I'm not picking favorites, but if I was, it would be this one because it's what I do. A remote teacher. I love it. Essentially, you can find a job K through 12, or it could be college and you could be adjunct or full-time. I am in the K-12 realm and I actually teach high schoolers online. Something to note about becoming a remote teacher is there's different formats. So you have asynchronous and synchronous. Asynchronous means that you are not teaching live lessons and that the students are moving through them, usually self-paced, and it's video lessons or they're reading and going through the instructional materials at their own pace. And then we've got synchronous learning where you are logging on and you have live lessons. That's what I personally did during COVID when we all were sent home. I kind of learned through that experience. It wasn't what I personally wanted to do, but maybe that is something that you like. There's definitely pros and cons to both. There's also situations where there's some jobs where it's kind of a hybrid and you have asynchronous and synchronous together. Some days you might be having live lessons or some days you might not. I don't have live lessons and I really like that because of the flexibility of my schedule, and I can grade whenever I want. I could grade in the morning, I could grade at night, I could grade at 3 a.m. if I wanted. That'd be kind of weird and sad, but I have the freedom to do that. Some of my favorite remote job boards that I used during this time were flexjobs.com, arc.dev, Dribble, remote.co, Simply Hired, ZipRecruiter, Google, and We Work Remotely. But my personal favorite was FlexJobs. Let's talk about remote job number 4. We've got virtual tutors. Now, a virtual tutor might not sound like a full-time job to you, but I know a few teachers who left their teaching job and became full-time tutors. So if you're interested in becoming a virtual tutor, you can take 2 different routes doing this. You could use a virtual tutor website, at least to get started, and my favorite platforms are tutor.com, Wyzant, Chegg Tutors, Preply, VIP Kid, Schooly, Varsity Tutors, and OutSchool. All of these tutor sites are listed in the description below. Another way to get started is by going onto Facebook groups, tutoring groups, or support groups for parents or resources, anything like that, and offering your virtual tutoring services on those groups. Now, before you show up to your first virtual or in-person tutoring session, you do need to start researching the best tutoring techniques, how to keep the student engaged and interested in the content. You want to keep in mind that this is something that they're already struggling with and that they need extra help for. And you can be that person who makes it exciting for them again. Make sure to research what the going rates are virtually or in person for tutoring and go a little bit below that to start. And once you start building up your clientele, you can slowly raise your prices. So make sure to make these tutoring sessions interactive and engaging and fun and awesome so that they want to keep using you and they recommend you to other parents. Number 5, we have corporate trainer. A corporate trainer specializes in training and developing the employees of that company. So instead of teaching kids, unless kids are working for their company, which I hope not, instead of teaching kids, you're gonna be teaching adults. It's kind of an HR type role, so it might be listed under human resources. Other words you might wanna search on a job board are corporate instructor, learning and development specialist, training coordinator, training facilitator, or training and development manager. Kind of the same job listed under all these different words. You will have to read up on adult learning pedagogy. You also might have to do a few HR certifications. Up next, you have remote job number 6, and that is curriculum designer. In this career, you'd be developing lesson plans, instructional materials, and assessment tools that align with educational standards and cater to the students' needs. Some of the companies that may be hiring a curriculum designer might be Coursera or Khan Academy. You might even get hired by an online university or school. For example, the virtual school that I work for hires a lot of curriculum designers to design curriculum for all of these different subjects that are taught. There's also the corporate training side of things. Companies need instructional materials for their employees that you could be designing. So if you're interested in this position, you should really start gathering any curriculum that you've created, any lesson plans, and start building a portfolio. And a website would be awesome. If you could put together a website of all these awesome curriculums and lesson plan examples that you have, that'd be a great thing to showcase. Remote job number 7, instructional designer. I do know quite a bit about this one because I was gung-ho for 5 months. An instructional designer will assess the learning needs of a company and design very structured learning experiences. What I loved about instructional design are there are so many job opportunities out there and you can really find a niche that you're excited about, and it really translates well for teachers. Here's the thing about instructional design. You do need to have a portfolio for any of these companies to take you seriously when you apply. There are so many awesome instructional design portfolios that are just available for you to find right now. I can even link a few of them in the description if you're interested in checking them out. There's also a lot of Facebook groups designed specifically for teachers who are transitioning into instructional design and just instructional design newbies, so check those out. In addition, you don't even need to spend any money. I know an instructional designer who used to be a teacher and she did not buy a boot camp or anything like that. If you want to try to find some of those people to talk to, go on LinkedIn and search for instructional designers. Go to someone's profile and then read their past experience. It will tell you if they were a teacher. And you can look specifically for these people who used to be teachers and are now instructional designers and just shoot off a message and ask them how they transitioned from being a teacher into an instructional designer. Did they do a boot camp? If so, which one? Which one did they like? Did they not use a boot camp? Did they have a college course? You can just go straight to the source and ask, and people are willing to help. Shoot off 10 messages and I promise you at least 3 people will respond to you and be excited to help you out. All right, guys, here's that secret formula I told you about earlier that's gonna help you land that remote job, and it is something that I followed that helped me land my remote job. I'm not really into math, so this is the most math you'll ever see me do, but here we go. You gotta put in a lot of research. You gotta network. You know I love networking. You gotta learn to love it too. You also have to build up a awesome portfolio slash website slash resume if you wanna land that remote job. And then you do these things and you keep repeating all of these things until you land that remote job. So here it is, repeat, land the remote job. That's the formula. That's what you need to do. If you stick to that, you're gonna get your remote job. Okay guys, this is a little awkward, but if you liked the video and you're interested in seeing more of these kind of videos, you could subscribe to my channel and stick around for more. I'll see you in the next video.